Yeah, no, sorry about the fan. But Lord Immolation, thanks for that Riccardo Manzotti paper. I just finished reading it, and I'm impressed. Do I agree with everything he said? Almost, maybe, yeah. I like how he incorporates Whitehead's process philosophy. Um, I like the externalism approach where we see consciousness or mind isn't something, in the skull, but it's a part of this ongoing process out in the world itself. It just solves a lot of problems, but it also explodes the whole Western project dating back to the Enlightenment, maybe even back to, Plato and Aristotle. It forces us to completely reconceptualize what we think knowledge amounts to, what the world is, what we are, and what is our place in the world. Um, what I would like to see discussed more, I mean, Manzotti's can't be held accountable for filling in all the implications of this idea, but as far as intersubjectivity goes, like you said, the zombie example that Chalmers came up with, it's kind of silly. It doesn't really hold up to much examination because the zombie would have to say that, yeah, it was conscious because, like you said, it would need working memory and all this stuff. But if we accept externalism and process ontologies, all of a sudden our social or cultural or intersubjective relationships with others become uh, entirely different than what we're normally used to, individuals interacting with other individuals, making rational choices and all this. If it's true that there are no objects that exist independently of other objects, that my body, your body, everybody else's body is, when perceived by someone else, part of an ongoing process, and itself, to be a subject or an individual or to have a phenomenological experience needs to be in a relationship with other objects in its environment. Um, it's a process ontology, but it's, when we talk about it in terms of intersubjectivity, um, it's a relational ontology. I mean, we all together as a society, as human beings, constitute a single larger process which knows itself only by relating to itself. And I love that idea, but it's probably uncomfortable for a lot of people. Um, so this definitely has implications and applications to, communication and intersubjectivity that I am going to explore. Maybe we can explore this as well. But the idea of an ontheme, of ontos or ontology, and phenomenological experience being part of one event or process, it's beautiful. I love it. Um, so I guess, what do we disagree on? Um, I mean, tell me what you disagree with in Manzotti's paper, and we'll go from there. Because right now, you gave me this paper as, I think you said basically you agree with most of it. Um, if that's the case, then I think we're on the same page for the most part. But I'll post another link to the paper in this video, so in case anybody wants to read it. But yeah, thanks a lot, man, and I look forward to discussing the implications of all this, because it's really, as I said, mind blowing. I mean, it completely uh, not only deconstructs the old Western subject-object dichotomy, but it constructs a new method of coming to understand our place. Does allow us to explain consciousness. Well, wait a minute now. If consciousness is a temporal process, explanation, I mean, just etymologically, the word implies to lay out on a plane. In other words, to spatialize it. Let's draw up a diagram of how consciousness works and say, yeah, the eyes see the light and it produces the thing in the brain. No, we can't do that if consciousness is temporal in nature, or it's a process. We can't explain it. I think there's a quote actually on my channel's homepage, that says, man cannot know the truth, he can only embody it. It was W.B. Yeats who said that, and pretty much captures the situation here. We cannot explain consciousness because we are consciousness. We are the very process capable of, explanation to begin with. So how can the explainer explain his own ability to explain? Uh, can't be done? Maybe. I mean, let me know if you disagree. Take it easy.